I'm with the host of VendorVibes and fractional CMO here today with Melissa from Pinnacle Enterprises Group. Hello, Melissa.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Awesome. So thank you for joining us. We're excited to learn more about what you're doing.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. I've got some really fun things that I'm doing. My business comprises of two different things. I do executive coaching for leaders, and then I also do consulting. And so I have a combination of both, but really having fun, all in the hospitality field. So really focused on the hospitality field, which is from my background. And so helping leaders grow and develop either personally or professionally or in their businesses.
So the coaching part sounds like you've done it enough times that it's got a structure to it, and the consulting sounds like it might be very flexible.
Exactly. On the coaching side, I started my business about 2 years ago, and I do one-on-one coaching, but I also do cohort coaching. And the reason that I developed cohorts is because a lot of the things that leaders wanted to focus on were very common, and I was repeating a lot of the same things. So I decided to create cohort learnings. And what it does is it focuses on those key topics that people want, but it also allows the members that join the cohorts to develop a network and also to be open and honest and share their experiences with one another, which has really been a powerful thing.
That's great.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I have two different cohorts. One is for a shorter period, and it's more for emerging leaders. It's 5 weeks, and it's called Executive Essentials: Confidently Command the Room, and it's 5 weeks in a row. And then the other course that I have is called Leadership Excellence, and that's actually over 4 months. It's 9 modules every other week, and it's for a little bit more of a senior leader. And some of the topics in both are similar. And the topics that are similar are about building your confidence, about executive presence, how do you ask for what you want, advocating for yourself, and influencing. And then the more senior course, that's a little bit longer, gets into some of those things that leaders struggle with or want to enhance, but it also has things such as building strong business cases. It has negotiation skills, stakeholder management, whether it's internal or external. And so a little bit more of a deeper dive into both personal and business areas that leaders want to focus on.
Interesting. So I was going to ask the follow-up question about what makes you unique, but I don't think I've ever heard about these different types of formats. Did you come up with this yourself?
It's interesting. I actually did a course about a year ago, somewhat similar. And what I liked about it was the cohort style and being able to interact with one another and build your network. Where I think my difference and my flair comes in is my background. I spent 20 years, a little over 20 years at Expedia Group and leading large teams and a lot of business experience. So I've taken that experience and kind of combined that with the coaching certifications that I have, and really, again, focus on the hospitality field. So a lot of business examples of true cases that I experienced throughout my business world, whether it was presenting to the Expedia board of directors or leadership teams or managing large teams or managing change. So it's really kind of a combination of experience in the hospitality field and then the expertise and the coaching that I learned.
So if somebody is listening to this and they're like, gosh, sounds interesting, do you require any of your clients to already have anything in place, like a certain number of staff or a certain size company or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't. But one thing that I do require with everyone that comes into the class is that I meet with them in advance. And the reason that I do that is I want to make sure that they fit within the overall cohort, because that cohort experience is so important, as well as the chemistry that I have with the individual. And then I also use that conversation to learn more about what the leader is looking for, and then figure out which course is right for them. And or sometimes it's one-on-one. A lot of times I will have clients that want to work on these types of skills, which some people call them soft skills. I call them critical skills, but they want more of an individual coaching. So then we might opt for that. So it's really, the requirement is me getting to know them and then making sure it's the right fit, because I want everybody to have a great experience, and I want people that are similar levels or similar like-minded people in the classes, so that they can benefit from that.
That makes complete sense. Are you working with folks mainly in the United States, or is your service area wider than that?
It's wider than that. I do have to be a little bit conscious of the time zones. So I do have folks that are in the UK. I have leaders that are in Canada right now. And I'm actually considering launching just an Asia Pacific time zone, so that that's a little bit easier. So really globally. And again, why I did that is that global experience and different perspective and diverse experiences really plays into the whole cohort experience.
Okay. And can you share any kind of anecdotes or quick stories about people that have worked with you, and why they were so happy about it?
Sure. Actually, I had a really fun conversation yesterday and the day before. I had someone that went through one of my coaching, and it was our final session. So I had a conversation with her, and I also had a final conversation with her boss. And her quote to me was, "This was life-changing to me." And it was just such a really good feeling for both me and her. And what she honed in on was, my confidence has improved. Now I feel comfortable to ask for what I want. And my conversation with her boss was equally as fun. He said, "She is now my number one on my list, and I know she's ready for a promotion." And he said something kind of funny. He said, "I'm just scared I'm going to lose her next." And I said, "That's a great thing, right?" And he said, "Yes." So it's really nice to see when someone just develops confidence or develops skills in that type of setting, and extra special when their boss sees it too, when they're investing in one of their leaders.
And how cool that you were able to see both sides of that.
Exactly. And that's also one of the things that I do when I do want to have one-on-one clients. Is part of my program is that I will do 360 feedback with stakeholders. And I include that in part of the process, because what I found both in my coaching practice and my experience in corporate America at Expedia is, feedback, as important as it is not a common thing that happens. I found that leaders don't give or get feedback as much. So in a 360 environment, I can get a lot more out of leaders and specific examples. And of course, it's all confidential, but that really seems to help at the beginning of the coaching process for leaders to help with their self-awareness and really on their development journey. So that's kind of an interesting twist that I do that I don't think other coaches spend time doing.
No, I think that is unique. Does this also mean that you need to work with a certain size company? Like, are you okay working with smaller companies, larger companies?
Right now, I work with kind of the gamut. I have several people in the group cohorts that are in startups. And it's interesting because they have a different type of skill set. The pace of the company is faster and different. Their stakeholder management is more unique. But I also have clients that are in large Fortune 500 companies. A lot of vacation rental companies out there that I'm sure you are, know the big names, and I'll obviously keep those confidential. So it really ranges. And again, what I like about having that diverse set of leaders that work at different sizes of companies in different phases is they're able to share their experiences. And it opens eyes a lot more when you hear someone that, like myself, I was at Expedia for so long. I didn't spend a lot of time with startups. And so you get that dialogue and those different experiences. and different challenges that people are facing. So it's a unique conversation, and it's also really nice because people are open, people are vulnerable, they talk about their experiences. And when I first started this, I was a little bit nervous that people wouldn't open up as much, but I am just thrilled at how open and vulnerable and, really sharing that people are within the courses.
I've definitely seen that as well. It kind of it endears them to you as well, right?
Right, right.
Awesome. So if somebody watches this and wants to start working with you, what's the best next step?
Sure, absolutely. I have more information on my website about my coaching practice, my consulting practice, and these cohort leadership development classes. And my website is pinnacleenterprisesgroup.com, or I'm always on LinkedIn. So Melissa Maher at LinkedIn is one of the easiest ways to reach me as well. So either way is easy to reach me.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining me and sharing a little bit about what you do.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.